Regenerative agriculture has been with me since I was a child. And listening to stories of my dad, who grew up on his grandfather's ranch in New Mexico. So his love of the land was instilled in me with all his childhood stories of being on the ranch, riding horses, riding along the Rio Grande. And so my journey in life started with the love of my dad and mom's love of farming and ranching. And with that then, my first opportunity was to be involved in Girl Scouts, and I took the horsewoman's badge, and then from there I was the first female to start an FFA chapter at our high school. I was the first woman to sign an FFA charter. Back when I was in high school, only boys were allowed the first year that I was in there. So they just recently let girls in FFA. And from there, then our FFA teacher talked about Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. So I graduated early from JC, transferred over to Cal Poly. My husband's grandmother and my roommate's grandmother were pen pals. He came over to meet her, and he saw my saddle, and I said, oh, I'm doing the training, the horse training, colt training class. And he goes, I'm scheduled to do it next year. So that's the beginning of my life journey, because then it happened so fast. We started dating the following year. June we got married, right after our honeymoon, which was a pack trip to the mountains. Then we came back to the family farm in Merced County, and together my husband and I started farming the family ranch, which expands over 140 years depending on which side of the family you're counting. So with that, then over the years, I would say my next thing that led me to regenerative ag was being a mother. So I wanted to make sure that I ate right to feed my babies, and then I also wanted to work in an environment because I had a strong connection to Mother Earth, and I wanted to make sure that we were doing the best we could. So from there, 45 years ago, we connected with Alan Savory and Stan Parsons. We went to the school, and then we started implementing management intensive grazing with our beef cattle. Fast forward another 15, 20 years, then our children wanted to get into the business, and so we had 2 dairies that were started. And the first one was a seasonal grass-based dairy using management intensive grazing. And the second was a copy of that with New Zealand style grazing. But this time it was on virgin land, and I said to my husband, I would like this to be organic. It's never been sprayed with anything. I want to keep it clean. And he was kind of like not that interested in having to do paperwork. And then he started to spaz out a little bit as thinking about all the stuff that had to be done. I said, just do this for me. Let's go, and we'll continue. And the minute you feel like it's not working, we'll back off. So we never backed off. So from there, then we had the first certified seasonal grass-based organic regenerative dairy, and that was back in 2003. And that dairy was the poster dairy for the nation. Our family has always been had an open door for bringing people onto the farm and education. We were part of helping Chico State here with its first organic dairy. We were on the board and support team. And then we were also co-founders with Cindy Daly and Tim LaSalle. And we started the initiative for the center. And then fast forward 3 years, then the center became the Center for Regenerative Ag and Resilient Systems. For our family, I think the thing that has given us kind of the proudest moment of what we're doing is that we believe that regenerative organic practices are the key not only for where we are today for health, and when I use the word health, I mean from the soil microbes to the birds in the air, all life on the planet depends on regenerative ag practices now and for the future.